What's up guys, I'm back again with another video, and this time I'll be presenting a redo format video. My third place chain burn tournament run and deck profile. But first I wanted to show off what the ban list was, because I'm not sure how many people know what redo format is. So it's September 2012, pre-Abyss Rising, the set before Dweller and Mermail shit. And then, so the ban list just banned Dweller, banned Future Fusion, Sub is gone, Fishborg's gone, Cat's gone, Trunid, Cold Wave, Brinkon. There's a lot of the Saki cards. And then down here, limited Inzektor pieces, Sork, a bunch of other stuff you can see here. And then, the actual relevant section for Chain Burn Semi. Duality got hit the 2, which sucks because you really like this card and want to max out on it in Chain Burn. Strike is still at 2, that's good. The Trio was moved to 2 between Edison and this, which is nice. And Sunlander's at 3, which is kind of nice. It just increases the count of this and D-Wall just slightly in the main. And Marshmallow, this card's just kind of useless. You wouldn't want to play it at all. So for the deck list, overall pretty clean. Only just running 5 of these in main. I think that's all you need. There's one inside, but the side's not super optimized. I don't know if I'd have this in the future. But I'm running Cylinder over 30 wall because this is an interaction where you can go Scarecrow 1 on attack deck and then chain Cylinder. So this allows you to live and also be able to resolve Cylinder, which is extremely nice because this card does the damage right away, but with D-Wall, it just makes the attack deck like the opponent's taking the damage instead. So this card resolves, but it doesn't do damage initially on resolving. The attack happens and then the opponent takes damage. Probably most obviously seen in Master Duel. So, 1 day apiece. I did not actually know this card was in the format when I started, so this card's kind of huge. Keep in mind though that neither player takes damage until the opponent's end of the opponent's next turn, which includes effect damage. So you can't just burn them immediately afterward, which is important to know, and something I realized right at the beginning before I could misplay on it. This card's still really good. It's still a hand neutral for you that also allows you to live. It does give the opponent a card, but it's more likely that your card is higher quality than theirs because it's most likely dead, unless they're drawing into something like a space or a side deck card for you. And yeah, just being able to draw and not take damage is nice, especially that's a spell, so your opponent can't even Space Typhoon it in end phase. Duality is kind of nice, just allows this deck to be a lot more consistent. And just being able to add one of any 3 cards, so you're guaranteed to actually see a burn card, or whatever you need. An accumulated is nice. 3 Swift Scarecrow. This card just has so little counterplay to it. Your opponent can't warning this card, which is huge. So, it guarantees that you were able to live with it. There are some cards that counter it, like Dolka, Photon Strike Bouncer, and the Shockmaster. So, Shockmaster is kind of annoying for this deck, but the thing about calling traps is that, on your own turn, you're not really using traps. So you can just set your traps, and then use them on the opponent's turn before they activate the Shockmaster again. So, it's not that bad. The only cards it's really turning off is these. But I did misplay against it, where, I didn't expect them to call Swift Scarecrow, and it did lose me the match. Or at least that game. But I feel like the misplay I made there lost me the match. But it didn't actually matter, because they had another card anyway. You'll see later. But I still consider it a misplay regardless. And then moving on to, I guess I should talk about Reckless too. Reckless, there isn't really a card that fills this role. You don't really want to play it, but you kind of have to. Side, 3 Queen. Helps you with stuff like Shockmaster and Logia. That's about all it's there for. It's still kind of a shitty card other than that. But just having that option of one guy, just being able to hit one guy is good. Never sided these in. Never sided this in either. I never got a side Imps or Gravekeeper's Watcher in either. So, these are just for Dark World. So what this card does is it's probably not normally seen in this format. Or actually, I go over Imps first. If the opponent makes you discard, you send this to Grave, negate, destroy, you draw a card. Pretty good hand trap. And this is kind of like the inverse. If your opponent uses a effect that would make them discard on res, then you can negate it, but without a draw. So this actually comes up against Gates because it makes them... It's the only card in their deck that makes them draw, instead of like both players discarding, I mean. So, it's useful against that. I just wanted cards against Dark World just because Erad is very devastating to get hit with. You pretty much just auto-lose to that. Space and Heavy, having more space is nice because it allows you to out-decree easier, or like the opponent's space, or Solemn or whatever, and Heavy for the same purpose. And, yeah. Let's move on to the replays. So I'm playing against Runic on 1, going second. Drop our hands. We just set Solemn Pass, Warning Pass. I set Yada Jar Pass because I have 2 in hand, so it doesn't really matter for Chain Link cards. Yada, Jar, Fireball off. So he's playing Evil Czar deck. I think it's just worse Rabbit. It has some like unique cards that allow you to like get out bodies to make like Logia and Dokia like later on in the game, because stuff like Rabbit's like at 2. It's like hard to recycle, I guess. Tributing, that interaction comes up with the Lava Golem tripping over their guys, and like Volcanic Queen, as you'll see later, which is kind of cool for them. So I just draw passing right now. Draw Jar, which will be useful if I get these sort of traps on my hand. He sets pass. Yada, Lava Golem, both guys, and I found Accumulated, which is nice. So he tributes, effect, summon out Diplo, which just pops the back row. I didn't know what this deck did, so I just got punished for that. I also didn't know what deck it was yet either. And he hits the Accumulated, which is a little annoying, but it's fine, because I have so many cards to work with, and more off this Morphine Jar LC. I'm gonna go Trio here, which try to block his zones so he doesn't make Logia. Probably should have set this to play around Warning, but he still takes 2k, which is nice for me. But blocking his zones and preventing Logia would have also been useful, because that's what he's going to do now. Make Logia, battle, swing with Logia, swing with Lava Golem. This is where I decide the D-wall just to bait the Logia negate, which is fine. Take the 3k into set Solemn, so he has Solemn Compulse. Draw Cylinder, so I go Jar Greed for Duality, great. And then here I find 1 day off that, but I decide not to take it. Okay, I guess this isn't the replay where I did it, but I have just because I'm just gonna try to set everything. Well, that's everything. What now? Just set these cards and try to find another burn card for lethal. Yeah, I should never set the Morphine Jar here. I need to hold on to the Scarecrow to live. Because Cylinder's not enough. So I go for these 2. He takes 25. He's going to be at 15. Then go battle. He swings in. I go Scarecrow. And then Cylinder. So this is where the interaction comes up, where they use these 2 together. And it's allowing me to beat the Solemn, so I don't die. Asks about it, but since Cylinder spell speed 2, I can use it in the window, like afterwards to chain. And there he goes, bounce back the token, so he doesn't die when he Dark Holes. Which I'm fine with this, less likely that I actually die, because I only have Reckless plus Jar, so I would need to find another stall card, or Cylinder, or something. I really just need a burn card here. So I'll just go 1 day, just try to build up to my push. I go Reckless, because I'm going to go for Morphine Jar. don't know why I actually don't know why I fired the Reckless here, thinking about it. They didn't necessarily need to do that yet. I guess I just wanted to find a card to win. But I don't die here. I can't die. That Reckless and End Phase. Find those two. So here, I should have set those cards, but it didn't really matter, because if I find a burn card, I just auto-win here. Here I have Queen to deal with the Logia stuff. Tributes out the guy, summoning Evil Czar, effect, summon another guy. The Evil Czar in hand is just like a reborn, but like it can't attack or something. And then the other spell's like a Rhoda from Decker Grave. He sets Compulse Pass. I get rid of the Logia. Pretty good for me. Set Jar, D-Wall Pass. Fine play. Just need to get the Jar in the rotation. And then have the Wall to be able to deal with the Volcanic Queen attack if he decides to use it to attack. So here adds Reborn of Duality. Such an attack battle. Hit him for 25. Main 2. Rhoda. Set pass. Well, set tribute that guy. And the end phase summon this dude to set up foreplay on the next turn. Make foreplay. So I draw here, get 1 day, draw some Scarecrow, which is fine. Set that pass. Hopefully, if he overlays, I can get him with a trio. Maybe I should have set the Cylinder too. He overlays for Shockmaster. And then, this is when I also realize, like, it's not that bad to be under a trap lock with this. I mean, this card's gonna be dead, but not that bad. Sets Solemn, Solemns, and Phases has to take 1,000 instead of Tribute, which is part of the reason why this card sucks. Your opponent gets to choose this. And I just pass. Yeah. Just have a Scarecrow. He warnings the trio. Maybe I should have just went for Waboku, just so I could use that to stall. Like before he's able to dig for something like space, which he does have. Then battle phase, swing. Actually, I don't even need to use anything anyway, because I don't die, and I have a Scarecrow to guarantee I don't die. So I set, pass. So here, it doesn't actually matter, because he has Solemn, but what I should have done here is set everything pass, so that way space has a low chance to hit the Waboku. Because he's going to hit the Waboku, and then he's going to call Monster. But he also flipped with the Jar hella preemptively, so he might have not done that if I didn't flip it up so early. So yeah. Yeah, so I just lose to that. But it still feels like a misplay, because if he didn't have Solemn, I win. But I just made him not have to use Solemn to win. So opening hands look fine. Duality, just go for the 1 day. Here I just set the Cylinder and pass. Hit him for 19 back. 2 passes for Volcanic Queen will be good for a potential Logia. Set trio, pass. I don't know why I decided to do this. I missed out an extra 500. I don't know why I thought he was going to have 5 guys on the field, so that was just another misplay. So when he summoned the Diplo, I should have done the damage. So he swings. Don't really care about taking damage right now. Summons Logia. Sets the Needle Ceiling and pass. Draw. Volcanic Queen over that. Pretty good. 1 day. Draw Yada. It's fine. But just pass. I don't have chainables. And he goes Queen, Tribute. Draw D-Wall. Thing here. Do I decide to set? No. Okay. That's fair. He summons, attacks. So for some reason, I don't Swift Scarecrow on the first thing, because I'm not realizing Volcanic Queen could potentially, with its effect, Ascend and Inflict 1,000, which I could die to. But he doesn't actually know that effect, so a lot more fine than I should have been in this match. So I do it here. He sets end phase, tribute to token pass. And then here, this is where I decide to set stuff because I have Jar as the trio just in case he wants to like try and space. Pass. And then goes Rodez. Summons, and then I'm like, sure, make Logia. And currently I only have the wall to potentially try and live, so I need to like draw a Scarecrow to be able to live, which I do successfully, because a chain, draw a Scarecrow, take that damage, and then I am able to activate Scarecrow. So I have another Volcanic Queen, which is good. You can just get a tribute off of this, and then summon another Dino. Summon the Diplo. I lose the trio. It's fine. Here I draw Barrel, which would actually allow me to kill after he draws next turn. So I set everything, and then I Queen the Diplo to prevent him from making another Logia. So that way, if somehow these don't kill, Cylinder can do it in. Then here, in draw, I flip Barrel first, see if he has a response. Because what I'm going to do here is play around Solemn. So if this resolves, so then he says yes, and then chain Justice Earth. So by doing this, if he Solemns this, he takes half, and then Barrel will kill him. If I were to do it, if I were to activate this, and then let it resolve, and then use the other one, then he'd just be able to Solemn, and then that would be really bad for me. So I do this here to try to play around that, but he's Needle Sealing, which I wasn't really expecting. But even if I was expecting it, there's two things in regard to this. One, he has to actually have it in his side, and two, he needs to actually put it in. And I guess draw it too, but the fact that he's multiple would be more likely. But it's more likely to me that he actually has a Solemn in my position with my deck. So I feel like I played correctly, but I don't think there was like a way of winning just because of that in this position. So he draws Duality, and here I'm just gonna die because he's gonna swing in with the Diplo. I'm gonna try to Cylinder it, and then I'm gonna die the Solemn. And then I check my draws, and then it looks like I'm still dead regardless. Just unless he like somehow plays into these just desserts. So yeah, round 1 loss. Well, losing round 1 sucks. So this is round 3 because I got the round 2 bye. So I'm going first. Opening hand is pretty good. Play against Hero, so Ceasefire is very bad because he doesn't have any effect monsters. So I just said Jar pass. He sets double warning call. Pass. Draw accumulated. Set. Pass. So alias. Attack. Oh yeah, this is where I like. No, wrong moment. I do freeze during this match, and it does the thing where like I'm kicked out of my account. It says I'm online, but I'm not actually on. It says someone's already on this account in the server or whatever. So then Lava Golem, it's warning, which is nice because I'm at least getting 2k off. And I decided to respond to the call before the alias gets summoned. So I was gonna take 1k. Draw. Oh, I'm pretty sure I glazed over the where I had too many cards in hand for hand size. Yeah, during his end phase when I did that. I would probably just have discarded like the Ceasefire here, just because in the alias it's really bad. You will see in this replay, we'll set it later, but I don't actually use it. But I should have realized I had too many cards in hand for our hand size. Swings in with the alias. I take this. There's not really like any burn in this format like Caius, so I can like afford to take it, which is nice. So I just set everything else. Pass. It goes reborn. Summon the alias. So I'm pretty sure this is where I actually lag. So just fast forward. I'm gone for like a little bit. Okay, and then back. And then I'd start battle, I T-Roar, Yada, Barrel, accumulate it. So during his end phase, I'm not going to have to discard, so this is actually good here. He's going to take 14. Good. Actually, 16, I mean. Yeah, I miscalced. The overlays for Blade Armor Ninja, they get less guys in the field. Pass. Go Duality. Chain Strike. Grab the Chain Strike. That card's insane here. Allow me to go for game. And then I set Jar, Chain Strike, Barrel on the Ceasefire. And he goes Blade Armor Ninja, take a response, and then I chain everything but the Ceasefire, and this is just game. It's going to be 36. And game 2. And the hand's pretty good. His double Solemn Warning again. Bubble Man. Set everything. Summon Bubble Man. Overlay for the Blade Armor Ninja. Pass. Draw Roar. Duality here. And this is going to add me Cylinder. And then I think I want to set here, because I'm not sure if I actually want to set the Cylinder, because maybe T-Roar, but then I decide the T-Roar is more valuable just for later to help like live. So I set the Cylinder. Pass. It's also going to be better if I have the Cylinder down now to get the burn off, when actually like I have life to live. It's like these kind of like this and D-War kind of like semi-stall cards. Like sometimes they're able to stall, but they don't block everything. And he goes detach, call for Stratos, summon, battle, attack, and attack. I mean, because like read the Cylinder, he doesn't attack with the Blade Armor Ninja, but this also means he's not attempting to attack with it, which is good. So that way, like, I'm able to preserve some of these stall cards. So then he compulses back the Stratos right away to play around Lava Golem. And also I attribute these two just to get rid of the hero so we can't Stratos pop back row. And this sets some cards pass. And then he takes 1k. He goes Miracle. And then he banishes this to summon Nova Master, since heroes now actually have a fusion for every attribute. So then he goes Stratos to try to pop back row. He doesn't actually target. It pops Sunrise. So then I chain everything else. Draw, lose a Cylinder. So that's Solemn Pass, so he's Solemn, Double Warning, and Judgment. And I decide to just set Morphing Jar in these three. It's because I don't think it's very likely that it kills me, especially when I'm attempting to fire off Trio. Just Solemn for it. Any heavies. But for some reason, he allowed me to get the Legacy off, which I don't know why. I drew Barrel, which I don't really want to discard off this Morphing Jar, because I'm about to give him a lot more cards to allow this Barrel to do a lot of damage. So he draws. Overmaster gets a draw. Goes E-Call for Bubble Man. Normal, set, Bubble Man, special. And then overlays for Shockmaster effect. Warrior turning alive, add back. And then here, I set cards, pass. And then here I miscalc damage, thinking that this is game with both barrels. So I flip up both. And he thinks it's game for some reason, and then he scoops. I don't lose here, because at least if it doesn't Shockmaster, call Monster. Because, I mean, the threat of, like, Cylinder D-Wall is very real. And I also do, am going to draw so Scarecrow off the Reckless and the Jar of Greed. And then going to be able to find a game off these. So yeah. Next replay. This is the first Chaos Dragon opponent I play against. Going first. Set 3 pass. This was a misplay, I think, because these two are already going to be heavy anyway. I can wait on the Cylinder. This is just very greedy, very wasteful. And he has heavy to punish it, which deserved. I shouldn't have done that. So I chain both. So now instead of getting a plus, he gets to trade off the heavy, which is not what I want. Goes special. Card Trooper Sending, then a Dark Flare effect of Foolish. Dragon. Cost. And the banish a card from... Oh, he doesn't say you can. Oh, he had the banish. From Grave. So, yeah, I should have done that. And then draw one day here. Pretty good. Just let the Yada pass because can't do damage. Draw Trio, which is very excellent. And then draw Train Strike, which is nice. I don't set it here because I have double D-Wall. And since it's gone for heavy, I feel safe to set these. And then have these down. Maybe we should have had the Chain Strike with it. Probably should have. And then, yeah, I accidentally do this in chat because I normally have the anti-response thing copy-pasted, but I didn't because I needed to put a URL in. And then fire off both things, so now his swords are locked. But I guess I'm never really waiting on Chain Strike, and I think about it. I'm always going to fire this off early, so I'm never going to get good damage. So, holding it's fine. He switches you to attack. I don't know why the token doesn't have attack. I D-wall that, because I can D-wall the next thing. I also should have just set Reckless, because if I don't have a stall card, then I lose. But I do dress with Scarecrow, so that was lucky. I just set everything pass, just to get around space. And then he tributes and overlays. And then I don't catch the double normal. I don't know how. Normally I'm good at catching it. Draw Morphing Jar, Reckless, try to draw, Reckless. And here I just run game. So I just sat, fire off, barrel, and that's game. Alright, he's going first. Tour Guide, effect, summon Sangan. Set space, pass. Draw barrel, which is great. Set all these and pass. And also, I sided into space and heavy because I assumed Chaos Dragon was a matchup that brought into Kree. But I'm not sure if he was on it or not because he wasn't the one who topped. The other guy I know, he was on 1 space in man, 2 inside, and 2 dust tornado inside, which is kind of crazy. Here I fire off these cards. I just want a trio to make them like decide between like overlaying and trying to get a Sangan search. Takes 2k, decides to overlay into Giga Brilliant. And this will actually boost up the tokens, which is kind of cool. So he has little beat sticks on the field. So that way, like, it plays around like Cylinder D-Wall. If he decides to only swing with those, especially that they'll go up to 600, so he'll be swinging with like 18. And because I don't have like Just Desserts or another barrel, I can't like hit him hard with those. So I just decided to set D-Wall pass. Yeah. I feel like I had to use the 1 day yet. Just wanted to see if I could get D-Wall damage, and I have Swiss Scarecrow in case to be safe. He attempts to go for game here. Scarecrow again. Said sweet charge space. Pass. Here, I decide the space. I get lucky on the 50 hitting his space. I did this before one day because I wanted the player on solemn. So I hit those. I'm almost tempted to fire this off, but I decide not to. Just because I want to not stack the thing. Because I want to actually take advantage of this being a stall card. But having the flexibility is kind of nice with it. So, Reckless, set that one day here. Find a Jar of Greed, just set that pass. No reason to set the burn cards. Here's a space now. Pass. So Chain Strike. Oh yeah, I don't know why I thought I fired off Reckless. No, I didn't. I know I didn't. It's set still. I just got confused because of the chat. At the time, it didn't throw me off. And I draw some cards here. And I was just thinking how I was going to get the lethal line. He goes space. He hits the accumulated that I put in the middle. So we'd go for that. And then I math it out. And I have to cylinder on the light pulsar. Because if I do it in Giga Brilliant, it's 100 off. So I swings with all those. The Giga Brilliant. The light pulsar. And then I'm able to chain all these cards for game. Yeah. So that's pretty good. And then final round before top 4, another Chaos Dragon. And here I'm going second. Opening hand is like okay. His hand is also fine. Goes Adlila. Sends 2 for the light pulsar. Normal tour guide effect. Summon tour guide. Overlay for Leviair. Light pulsar, banish Trag, Lila, summon itself. Detach, summon the Lila, and then just pass after milling. Draw Chain Strike, which is great, but I need a little bit of setup, so I go one day because these guys on field. So like it's gonna get value out of being a stall card. Set the Yada pass. Just Mind Con, which isn't that good. Recharge, converting the Raikou into actual value. Goes to Lila, attempt to pop, but I just chained the Yada, draw another Yada, which is good for the Chain Strike. Normal Center Lila for Utopia, and sets a call, pass. Got a Jar of Greed, so good for my Chain Strike. And then I set all these cards in pass. I want to play around like space hitting one of these, so I set both just to be safe. And then start, I do this. I probably should have done this with T-Roar instead. That's fine. I do another one day. Do I fire this? Yeah, I do. I just want to like set up and pass. I set space and passes. Draw Jar of Greed, and then I just fire off this Jar of Greed because I have another one. I set Jar, so under pass. Spaces that, Jar Dark Armed, which is great for him. Then he goes summon Exa Beetle, because he has 4 Darks engraved, so he goes effect to equip. And then in response to the effect, I go T-Roar, Yada, Jar of Greed, and then Chain Strike. So he takes 2k, he can't attack, I draw 2. Good for me. So he equips Dark Flare, summons Dark Armed, overlays for Guy Charger, which I didn't know was in this format, but it's cool. Allows you to immediately proc whatever you equip of the Exa Beetle, because if you equip like Light Pulsar or Sangan, you'll get the effect. Actually, I don't think not Light Pulsar though. With the Exa Beetle effect is sent from each field. That'll proc the Light Pulsar, which is really good. And here I just set pass. And then I just set all the draw cards to just try to find like a Scarecrow to live, or like at least see if the cylinder lives. I'm pretty sure it was always gonna die. So Reckless already hits the Scarecrow, which is great. Able to go barrel. This is for 2k, which is good. Dark Armed again. Hit the Reckless. And then now he hits, no, not yet. Far off the other reckless, he hits the cylinder, unfortunate. But he's able to hit on the back row anyway, so just desserts, he's at 15. Alright, man, with the Scarecrow. He asks about being out to Utopia, but he can't, as we asked him the REDU Discord by Metaphos in association with like Hydro Pump. And he's popping his own field to like I don't know why, because then he summoned another guy, so it makes Just Desserts just lethal if I have it. And Barrel, I'm pretty sure, is still lethal. And here, I think if I take either Barrel or Just Desserts, because if he draws like space for turn, which I don't know, like this is the only space in his deck currently because it's game 1. Then we have to chain, pop this, and then get rid of this, so it wouldn't be game. So I just decided to just take the Barrel. It's like, there's not really a difference between this and Just Desserts right here. And I just set everything and pass, and then draw phase, fire off the Barrel for game. Opening hand's pretty good. Even though I have 2 duality, it just allows me to be more selective with my hand. And this game's going to go slow enough that I'm going to be able to resolve both pretty easily without any kind of like pressure. So I had a Strange Strike, which is great because I just draw a few more pieces and it's going to be extremely powerful. So Mills goes Reborn for the Dark Flare, attacks in, passes, draw Trio, which is great, Duality, and this hits a Chain Strike. You know what? I'm taking the other Chain Strike. I miscooked there, but then I take the Chain Strike. And then here I decide to set some cards and pass. And then he hits one of the Chain Strikes, which is fine, because I'm still doing like 4k to him with this. He heavies, and then I chain everything. And I also lock up his zones, which is pretty good. Mills off Trooper, goes Battle Tour, try attack. I switch Scarecrow, pass, draw Barrel. One day, they try to set up for the kill. And now next turn, I'm going to win, unless he has back row to try to stop me. And that's why I have the Reckless, try to dig for more burn cards. He sets, and they go Reckless. And I hit heavy, and then I use it to try to clear. And I set everything pass, and then draw phase, barrel, game. So even if he like has like some discard of his hand, like a Maxi right now, just to get out of hand, I have Ceasefire to still kill him, and I have Cylinder, Yada as well to do it, and draw more burn cards next turn as well. So yeah. So on the top 4, I am playing versus 3rd seed, I think. I forget. Actually, I'm 3rd seed. I'm pretty sure I'm playing against 2nd seed. And this is Girgia. Karakuri Girgia. So he's going first. Duality for duality. Pretty good. So it's Solemn Space Pass. Solemn's pretty good if you use it correctly and having a space turn 1 strong. Decided just hit the Cylinder because I value the stall cards. Goes Duality again. Hits Reborn. Gonna be useful later for him to pop off and to apply and try to build a lot of damage quickly to try to overwhelm me before I draw stall cards. And here he flips, overlays for X, adds Giuliano, attacks for 23, main 2, sets Compulse Pass. And here, I decided to set everything, including the jar. Then he just compulses the jar, which I'm fine with. It's not like it's destroyed or anything, so I can always just set it later to try to resolve the effect. Goes Gear Gigan effect. I think if I want to do anything like chain. And he goes MK2, and then I start chaining stuff. Just because I don't think he's going to give me another chain link later on. So I decided to just get the damage off now and get the correct amount of chain links. There goes Birdman, bounce back the Accelerator, which is great because Accelerator is not once per turn the special from hand. And he goes summon Beret effect, summon Karakuri guy from deck, and now he's able to use Reborn. So I go off for a Scrap Dragon, which can attempt to pop my back row. Decided to chain the Reckless, which I think is correct, because I have like the jar still anyway. And I go Lava Golem as guys. I also have stall cards to like get around the drawback. And then so Cylinder Jar, Green Pass. Draws, takes 1k. Avarice, which I don't know why he banishes these. It's just game 1 against Chain Burn. Like, I don't have Crow, and I'm probably not siding in Crow anyway, even if it wasn't game 1. Draws 2, MK2 effect, summon. Go Silver Mountain, which can lock down a back row while it's face up on field, and he hits the cylinder, which is unfortunate for me. In battle, attacks, I Scarecrow, sets pass, inside the jar, draw 1 day, which is good, so I can stall with this. Decides to solemn it, though, which is kind of risky, because it puts him down extremely low, and he's also going to take another 1k off this Lava Golem. So if he wasn't able to clear it, he would just die, but he does have a Dark Call in hand to make that easy. Or if like Star Eater is legal, then you'd be able to synchro into that, but I don't think that's legal. So he's got Star Cold, then Chain Space, just so this is the back row still being locked down by Silver Madden, so I can't chain it, but it's likely not chainable anyway. Because I use it in response to Silver Madden. And he summons, he sets pass, draw a barrel, and it's the morphing jar, and then I just fire off the barrel for exact game. And then game 2, draw up. He has Solemn Space again. He also sets Compulse. I think here I 1 day, which was a kind of a weird move, but this does seem like the kind of deck that could put out a lot of damage extremely quickly, but I think it was too quick for me to activate the Just Desserts 1 day myself. So he draws Decree here. Yeah, he plays Decree in his side. Yeah, he has 4 traps in play, and he has a fucking Decree in his deck. I don't know why, but yeah. He has a Decree. Maybe he's like side sound traps with this, but this sucks. And you'll see me unknowing to my fate, because I did not side in Space or Heavy, because I don't side in unless I think there's like Decree. So then he goes Battle, attacks with those 2. He goes Gear again. And then this is where I decide to start chaining stuff. So use an effect. Chain, and then Decree, and then I scoop, because I can't beat that at all. And moving on to game 3. So I have the Space in hand. Pretty good to out the Decree if he does have it again. I think here, just set 3 pass. Because if he does Heavy, I can chain all 3. And he has a Arsenal. I mistake damage on this guy. He has Armor. Set, Solemn. He just chain. Pass. Also, he drew Solemn like every game in 42. I did not notice at all. So I just shut the Space in addition, pass, decided not to one day, which good on me for not doing it early. So now I think this wants to armor a mixture. Summons, a normal summons accelerator. Hydro Pump was confused in chat, thinking he specialed it, and it does special in defense. So if he did special, it wouldn't go in attack, but he didn't do that. So then he goes Gear Gigan, add Birdman, pass after setting Needle Ceiling. Set D-Wall, pass. Draws the Decree now. Also, forgot to mention, this is a 1-of in the side deck, because lists got posted after the tournament, and I gotta see the 1-of Decree in his side. So we saw this and Solemn. So 2 out of the 3 games, he had both Decree and Solemn. And then also 2 out of the 3 games, he had Solemn and Space. He's drawn Solemn also all 3 games. So yeah, kind of absurd. And because you see I only have 1 out, I think you can tell where this is going. So he goes Gear Gigan, add. I think I decided Just Trio. I don't really have anything else to chain, so I just do that to block up zones. Now he has Birdman, which could bounce back, which is nice, and sync with the tokens, the Black Rose. I D-Wall. He chains Decree. I chain Space. He has Solemn, which sucks. And I did it in this way just in case, like, I want to... If I decide not to D-Wall this, I take the damage and go down to 15. As seen here. And then try to D-Wall the Black Rose and he Solemns, I would just lose on the spot because I can't Scarecrow. But if I do it on this, do 100 less damage to him, and then I'm able to... And if he Solemns on that, then I don't die. I don't know why I couldn't think of the words yet. I would just be able to chain the Scarecrow because I'd actually have the attack deck window. So one day to try to stall, I have 1 more turn to try to find a heavy or space or something. He has Avarice too, so he can put back everything. And then I'm telling him in chat to take 1k, but that doesn't work because one day. Because I didn't experience that interaction yet, so, like, I forgot. Because normally I haven't setting burn cards after the one day, so, like... Yeah, so I don't draw the thing, so I just set cards pretending to have something and be able to, like, live. So he takes damage again. And I'm just pretty much seeing if he's going to attack me or not. And then he just wishes Lava Golem to attack and attacks for game. Yeah. So, got sacked by the 1-of Decree and Gear of all decks. The deck with an absurd amount of traps. Like, known for setting armor and setting 5 back row turn 1. So yeah. So I got 3rd because he went on to... This guy went on to later win the tournament. And, yeah. So redo format's kind of fun. I guess, like, go to MetaFoes channel to go to the Discord server to play in the tournaments. A lot of people are probably not going to like me for playing Chamberlain, but I think this deck is great in this format. Probably is going to get a little worse as I pissed off a lot of people, so like I'm probably going to play more Decree. But I still got hit with Decree in this deck of all of them, and that surprise factor is definitely what allowed him to beat me. And also just drawing Solemn all 3 games, with Decree 2 of the 3 games, and Space 2 of the 3 games. So yeah, that's it for the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.